Welcome to Walk with Elias. I'm your host, Elias J. Williams. It's two L's. And today we're going to discuss. One of my homeboys hit me up and he was like, Yo, I know a good topic for the show. He's like, Why do women shit test or test? And if you find some value in this information, please like, subscribe, share, comment. Unlike, dislike, whatever, doesn't matter. Follow me on Twitter at Elias J. Williams or add me on Instagram, walk_with_Elias, Ellias. So, why do women test? Well, the main thing you need to know is that it's hardwired. Like, if you ask a woman why she tests, you'll never get an answer. You won't get an accurate answer because it's something that is hard coded in them to effectively get the best male that they can get. Right? A woman's built into her is to provide, is to have offspring, to have children. Right? But back in the older ages or back in the past, listen, there were, deadly things that can happen. There were monstrosities walking the earth that could kill you at a moment's notice. So a woman had to be with a very strong male to ensure the survival of her and her offspring, right? So plenty of us wouldn't be here if women did not test, if women did not have what's known as hypergamy, okay? So women test to ensure that they get the best male available. It's really that simple. It's like the same reason you got tested in school by your teacher to test your strength in that particular area, to test your knowledge, to separate the knowing from the unknowing. She's just separating the weak men from the strong men. So rule number one of testing is not to get mad. That's like the primary rule about testing. Do not get mad when a woman is testing you. She's simply trying to test your strength. And that is necessary for humanity in general. Just is what it is. So your biggest thing when dealing with a woman's testing, your biggest ally, A, knowing why she's testing, B, is indifference. Respond to her test with indifference, aka they don't bother you. It doesn't bother you because you know it's coming. And because you know it's coming, uh, you know the answers to the test. It's like getting a pop quiz on something that you already know. There is no panic in you. You simply know that the test is coming. And so you handle the test easily compared to someone else who doesn't know the test is coming. So a woman will test you in, a bevy of ways, little small things. She'll call and ask, can she change the time of the date? Just to see how set you are as a man. Hey, listen, this is the time I set, etc. She'll call, a couple of hours before the date, or maybe a half a day before the date, and ask, can she change the time? If you're in a marriage with a woman, she'll ask, why can't you be like X, Y, is, especially if she's unhappy. That's the other big thing. The unhappier or unattracted a woman is to you, the more she'll test. The more attracted to you she is, the happier she is with you. She'll test, but they'll be very few and far in between, and they'll be really easy tests to pass. But if she's unhappy, she'll be like, why can't you do X, Y, and Z like George next door for Mary? He does this for Mary. Why can't you be like this? It'll be something like that. She's testing you. Not answering your text or not contacting you for a long period of time. She's testing you. Another way is, are you agreeable? Like, you say you like oranges, and then say you're out on a date. You say you like oranges, and she says she likes apples, and you then turn around and like, you know what? I really do like apples, right? They're not so bad. Yeah, you're failing that test. You're being way too agreeable, because remember, disagreeableness is a very masculine trait, and in testing you, she's testing your masculinity. So again, to respond to these tests, you want to be completely indifferent, right? Story time. I had a young lady that I've been messing with for quite some time. She has a man back in another state, but she comes to me for the D, right? And we had a date plan. We had a date set up. Her mom, knowing her and I, have relations, she called to let her know that her dude was planning on coming down and surprising her. Um, and so she called me to cancel the date, right? She's like, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I know we had something planned, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, cool, go be with your man. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, go be with your dude. Enjoy your dude. Digest your dude. Have fun with your dude. Whenever I hear from you, you know what I'm saying? I hear from you. Other than that, that's your thing going on. So in a nutshell, she was kind of taken back because I did not respond like negatively, because I've failed that test several times before. But she was taken back that I didn't respond negatively. So before we hung up, she's like, I don't know what changed about you. I don't know what's going on, but all right. So I was like, all right, enjoy yourself. Hang up the phone. Well, Friday will have been 2 weeks since I heard from her, this coming Friday. And I'm unbothered. I also won't be reaching out because the person who creates the separation, person who facilitates the separation, is the person who needs to reach back out. But effectively, what she's doing is she's testing that strength that I displayed on the phone that day. She's testing me to see if I'm really that strong. So, because by now I would have reached out, like, hey, what's going on? Like, you all right? Such and such, haven't heard from you. I would have reached out by now because I didn't know the rules for dealing with this. So she's testing to see if I'm going to reach out. And I'm not. And it's not that I'm playing a game, because she also mentioned, she's like, well, I guess if I hit you up, I'll have to wait for you to respond. Like, nah, I don't have time to play those kind of games with you. Like, when you hit me up, I'll, hit you up promptly if it fits within my schedule. Like, if I'm available to hit you up, I ain't gonna just make you sit there and wait, look at the phone and count down to 38 seconds. Like, okay, now I can text back. Like, nah, that's completely unnecessary for this particular situation. Um, so yeah, it's like your best way to respond to a testing is simply just to be indifferent and to have other things going on in your life, so that when she does test you with things, you can give her the best gift that you can give any woman: the gift of missing you. I love you today. I'll be here tomorrow.